What's up, family? This is Bean Soup TV, and I am your host, Toure Muhammad. Coming at you today with another episode, the second episode of Bean Soup TV. Topping the news today, a homeless man cannot figure out why local business does not have a website or a blog. Also in the news, a local man is hoping that he can reap that which he did not sow. What's up again, family? Once again, you're watching Bean Soup TV, and I am Toure Muhammad, the Chief Marketing Consultant for Bean Soup Times, the online marketing and public relations company that is dedicated to creating opportunities for black businesses to get the message out about your product, your service, or your cause. Oh, this is going to be a fabulous show today. We have some information and some news that you can use. But first, I know you see it. Look at it. Oh, it is so wonderful. This, brothers and sisters, are cucumbers. These are cucumbers. This is a red pepper. These were picked from my own farm, in my own backyard. Oh, it is so great to be reaping the harvest of something that I started first thinking about it in my mind, and then I went and got the soil, the grass, the ground prepared in my backyard, cleared the grass, got the soil, started getting some earthworms and things in there working to fertilize the soil. Then I planted the seeds. Then I watered the seeds. Then I made sure and watched every day as the sunlight came down to make sure the sun was hitting the seeds, and before long things began to sprout up. And a few months later, here we are, 2-3 months later, just wonderful, delicious. I mean, these cucumbers, I've also tomatoes and mint, and oh man, this has been just the best tasting vegetables I have ever had. Being able to pick it from my own yard and then go in and slice it up and me and my family eat it. So, man, it's just a wonderful experience that the whole family got involved in. And brothers and sisters, you may be thinking, now, what does that have to do with marketing? What does that have to do with the purpose of this show, which is to teach you and give you tips, secrets, insider tips from my experience, 17 years in media, old and new media, marketing and public relations? Well, a marketing campaign is very similar to growing crops. You have to plant, you have to nourish, you have to develop, and you have to be there to harvest the benefits of your labor. Brothers and sisters, we are at a crossroads right now. Black businesses are in need of proper marketing, proper attention, so that we can get the support we need to push and promote our businesses and get them into the hearts and the minds of our consumers. We are at war right now. There's a marketing war going on for the hearts and the minds of your consumer. And the major corporations are doing everything they can to win that war. So I want you to put your boots on, strap them up, put on your fatigues, and understand that you got to be a guerrilla war. You got to be a guerrilla warrior today in order to go in and get into the hearts and the minds of our people. Oh man, brothers and sisters, you are in for some very important and critical information today. Now, get a pen and a pad, make sure you're ready for this. Or of course, you can always rewind. Here's some information that you need to understand today. Researchers said in 1980 that we were getting about 1,000 messages, 1,000 advertising stimuli per day. You fast forward 20 years later to the year 2000, and that number, because of all of the new mediums that were out there, of course, a big portion of that being the explosion in the internet. It went from 1,000 to 10,000, 10 times more advertising stimuli, messages that we get per day. Now, I haven't seen any research to date yet for 2010, but I would be very surprised if, because now we have electronic billboards on the highways, now we have electronic posters in the grocery stores, in the beauty salons and barber shops, now with the text messaging capabilities, Now people walking around with iPads and iPhones. Look, it has at least doubled in my opinion. So in 2010, we're talking about 20,000 messages that we're getting per day. And I know what you're saying. You're looking at me saying, oh, Toure, if I start counting the number of messages I get per day and I think about them, then I know they're not 20,000. You're exaggerating. It can't be that many. Oh, but brothers and sisters, let's also remember that researchers said that most of us only use about 1/5 of our mind. Most of us get messages on a daily basis that we don't even pay attention to. Sisters, how many times do you have to tell us to do something before? Take out the garbage. Take out the garbage. Take out the garbage. We got to hear that message about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in order to do it one time. Am I right? Oh, we don't pay attention and communicate like we should. So they say 1/5 of our brain that we're using on a daily basis. So you combine that with all the messages that we get, we're not getting everything that's being directed to us, but our brain is recording it. It's being planted in our mind like I planted the seeds into the ground. And so now, you really got to get this. I really want you to understand. Now, you combine that information that I just provided along with the fact that marketers also say you have to reach your potential client 9 times with your message in order to get them to act upon it. 9 times you have to reach them. So if that is the case, and if we're not getting all the messages, and they also say that we really receive and understand every one of 3 messages that we're getting from one particular advertiser, one particular business, one particular person, that means that you have to touch them with your message 27 times in order for them to receive it and understand it 9 times to get them to act upon your message. Oh, this is some deep marketing stuff here, brothers and sisters. This is the kind of information that you need to understand so that you would not be timid and shy about promoting your business. So you would not be timid and shy about getting out there and networking, getting on the internet and pushing your business everywhere you can, because the people that you're trying to reach need to hear it consistently and effectively in order for them to receive it and then act upon it. This is the importance of us pushing and promoting to the 10th power. Now, I had a friend a few weeks ago. I'm talking to her and she was like, Toure, I got your email. I got your text message. I saw your post on Facebook. I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you are doing and I appreciate you. Now, excuse me. Now, we kept talking, and as I talked to her, I said, you know what, I really appreciate too you getting my message, because it's so important, and you know what, here's what we're doing. And I began to tell her A, B, C. And she said, what? Really? Wow, that's so wonderful. I'm glad you were doing that. Listen, send me more information. Listen, I want to be involved. Now, what I talked to her about was the exact same thing that was in the email. It was the exact same thing that was in the text message. It was the exact same thing that was in my Facebook promotion. But it took that final conversation with her in order for her to put all the dots together to say, I know what you're doing. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. She began to understand it. That's what we have to do. We have to push our message as many different avenues, as many times as possible in order to get the message across to our people. Here's the thing I want to impress upon you. Your blog. You have got to get your blog up. Brothers and sisters, today, the day of websites that are not interactive is over. Get a blog up. It's easy. It's user-friendly. Go to blogger.com. Go to wordpress.com. Go somewhere where you can put up a blog and start promoting your business. Also, make sure that you're doing social media. And don't just be on there to talk about, who's talking to who's dating who, and catch up on friends and family. That's fine. You want to do some of that, and there's a place for it, but make sure that you're online with your business on Facebook, that you have a profile that reflects your business look. Your profile pic should reflect something about you being business oriented. With a smile. Your education and work information should have information about your business. Do it on LinkedIn too. Oh, you gotta be on LinkedIn. Brothers and sisters, I want you to never forget that as long as I have a bowl of bean soup, you have half.